And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey everyone, welcome to Quick List Tarot. My name is Koi, and instead of just doing a read today, we're going to learn a bit about the cards in a series I like to call Learn With Me. And the last time that we did this kind of session, we did the Aces, the Magician, the Fool, trying to describe the Fool's journey. A lot of technical jargon when it comes to the tarot card deck. Just remember, as I said in the previous video, tarot cards are spiritual tools. They're only as useful as so much as we listen to them, but also that we want to learn from them, right? They're not simply items of utility or like a party trick. They're really meant for us to be in tune with what's going on within, because again, tarot cannot pick up what you're not putting down, just first and foremost. So in this series, we're now looking at the twos, the High Priestess, and the Empress. And trust me, there's a reason as to why. In the first video, we talked about elements, right? Water, earth, fire, and air. In the same exact order. Let me space these out a bit. They look kind of skinny on the camera. About what does each base element mean? When we talk about the aces, it also indicated the idea of like newness, right? New emotional fulfillment, new fires under our butts, new opportunities that are being had, new truths that are being told. And when it came to the major arcana with the Fool and the Magician, understanding that, yeah, the only way that the world can change is if I believe it can, right? So the Fool, originally, the number 0, because it has infinite potential, went on a journey and found a bunch of people along his way, right? Trying to understand, okay, what is the world trying to show me? And that was the core reason of his entire journey from the onset, is there is this entire world for me to explore. I gotta be not only foolhardy enough, but brave enough to see everything that's being offered. So we get to the twos. The twos, again, 1 + 1 = 2. And that's pretty much the exact culmination when it comes to what the twos are defined as in a tarot deck. We take the original meaning and we compound it, right? Starting off with the Two of Cups. If my cup runneth over, right, the notion of my own self-fulfillment, then I have enough to pour into another. When two cups come together, we have deeper moments of intimacy, like a date. I wish it was, more complicated at times, but it's to represent, okay, we're searching for a deeper meaning, a deeper involvement with another person. Does it always have to culminate into a intimate partner relationship? Absolutely not. But what it is saying is that when it comes to this Two of Cups, I am curious between me and who this other person is for me. I'm curious as to what they want, what they see out of whatever bond that we hold, and how we can journey on that together. Again, it's point A and point B. And if you've ever seen one of my one-to-one readings, you know what a point A and point B can entail. Next, we go to the Two of Pentacles. If the Ace of Pentacles is the newness of an opportunity that awaits you, the Two of Pentacles represents balance, right? It's not just enough to have the new job, the new opportunity, the new business deal, the new partnership. It's about, okay, we're trying to juggle all these aspects at once. Boom, boom, boom. What do we do with that, right? The Two of Pentacles, we're trying to make things work out, right? We have all this opportunity, right, literally at our fingertips. That's why it's always depicted by somebody juggling unsteadily. In this depiction, it's somebody trying to juggle coins on a raft with waves behind them. A very interesting showing. But it's meant to show, okay, if I'm going to make this balance out, then it requires skill and tact on my behalf, right? Great. The new opportunity, that one coin fell into my lap, and I'm very grateful for it. Now that we get more coins, what does balancing it look like? To the Two of Wands, intentionality. Right. If the Ace of Wands was the fire of the human spirit, let's put one stick here and one stick here. Imagine that we had two sticks, essentially, because they, again, are the element of fire, the human spirit. When we put it like this, if anybody has played sports before, it oftentimes looks like a field goal, right? A goalpost, something to aim at, right? Just to have one, fire lit, good. You have your own track, your own trajectory. When we have two of them put together, boom, we have a goal in mind. It's not as complicated, trust me. Two of Wands represents goals, intentionalities. What is the final destination? What are we aiming for? Two of Swords represents confusion. And it's interesting because whereas the Ace of Swords represents, knowledge, becoming, and truth, the Two of Swords, well, if you've ever, seen action movies or depiction of, martial arts and fighting in the past, crossing two swords or dual wielding, my apologies on that one, crossing two swords or dual wielding, is kind of difficult, right? It requires some ambidextrous skill, knowing just how your body is moving all at the same time. Otherwise, you're going to end up cutting yourself. Right? When it comes to the Two of Swords, it represents confusion or the need to meditate and find answers. Two of Swords. Oftentimes shown by either two people crossing swords, which can represent a form of a conflict, but is more internal, or the more popular version, a person with a blindfold on wielding two swords at the same time. What are we doing here? Now, to the major arcana, because we just discussed the minor and their elements. High Priestess. The High Priestess was the next person that the Fool met on their journey. First, they saw the Magician, and next they saw the High Priestess, represented by the major arcana number 2. She is somebody who tried to find her own answers, right? She's seen as a very wise person within the village, right? Doesn't hold, necessarily the power of royalty or, financial, like this massive financial gain. That's not her jam. It's not everything that's going on with her. This is somebody who trusts their inner voice, right? The High Priestess, in its rawest form, as one of the cards in the deck, says, I know my own truth. I know my own answers. And does it tie into the Ace of Swords at times? Possibly, but it's more so that the answers are within me. I don't need to go around asking. I don't necessarily need to wish upon stars. I can see the stars for guidance, but ultimately the truth is within me. She knows this because she is surrounded by two pillars, one of ivory, one of obsidian. If I can get it closer to the camera, got long arms, but they don't stretch all the way. Ivory and obsidian. And it's meant to show that despite the tools that I have, there are things that I can lift, which is depicted by the ivory tower, or the things that are unchangeable or unliftable that I just don't have the answers to. The tower of obsidian in black. When we put those together, hey, I don't have to know everything. Sometimes the wisest people know that they don't know nothing at all, right? But at the same time, for the things I do know as a matter of fact, I know this as a truth, a matter of fact. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to budge on that. So the High Priestess finds her spiritual truth, finds her inevitability where, okay, I'm not completely naive. And so when she talks to the Fool, she gives her perspective of, yeah, I don't have all the answers, but what I do have answers for, trust me, I have clarity on. And when that happens within the tarot deck, is meant to signify the fact that, hey, here we are. Here is the conclusion that we came to. What do you think of this? Moving on, somehow he got an audience with the Empress. So after going enough on travels, first he met the Magician, next he met the High Priestess, and now he came to the castle, and I guess they liked him enough to involve him in a royal court. Here, he met the Empress. The Emperor was not there yet. The Empress is somebody who, it's the most productive card within tarot. That's the easiest way I can put it. Do I want to get into the intricacies of like how it signifies motherhood, fertility, things like that? And that can get a little bit dicey depending on, how we talk about like sex and gender. But regardless, the Empress represents productivity, right? Now, there's the caveat. The secret that she told him, to the Fool, was that if you give me love, I can build you an empire. If you give me nothing, you will have nothing, right? It's very cutthroat because while her counterpart is technically the Emperor, those are two people who would like to have each other in each other's lives, but don't necessarily need each other because they're powerful enough on their own. Eventually, we'll get to the talking about the face cards, especially the kings and queens. But the Empress, she stands alone and she stands comfortably. She knows her power, she knows her truth, and above all, she knows how to make right investments. Whatever you give her, she can give you back 5, 10-fold. But you have to show her love, you have to show her respect. If that is not there, you will get absolutely nothing in return, right? So putting those together, okay, you met somebody who knew their truth, you met somebody who built an empire out of that truth. Again, the fool's journey. Who he meets next, we'll see him next time. So let's talk about now in the reverse as we close out. Okay, just in the same exact order. Two of Cups in the reverse. Now, both of our cups are pouring over, whereas there are moments of intimacy. I found out that, yeah, we're really not compatible or that good with each other. You're giving me the ick, right? The emotional investment that I was interested in, let me back off. I'm cool. I'm good. I really don't want that, right? Because I don't see that we can build anything from this. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. And whereas he was able to maintain balance originally, now the waves were too much, it was too difficult to juggle, and things fell to the ground. He got thrown overboard. Essentially meaning that there is too much imbalance right now, and that is what must be addressed. I can't keep doing the juggling act because it's not meant to be done in perpetuity. Two of Wands in the reverse. Whereas there was intentionality, meandering. Right, we're kind of getting, I don't want to say procrastinating necessarily because we need to see more in conjunction with that Two of Wands in the reverse, but it does mean that we kind of lost the plot, right? Where are we going with this? What are we doing? And that's what we had to find out within ourselves. Two of Swords in the reverse. And whereas the Two of Swords upright represent confusion, believe it or not, the Two of Swords in the reverse does not represent confusion at all. It's just incredibly cutthroat. No, we're incredibly skilled. We know how to wield both those swords at the same time. And now they're definitely weapons. Right here, the Two of Swords in the reverse showing that I know my answers. I practice enough. You're just not going to like what I have to say. Right. So this is oftentimes harsh conclusions that we come to after we've thought about it enough. It ain't pretty. It is not pretty. It is not the likable answer, but it is an answer. Because remember, not all truths have to be likable. Major Arcana in the reverse. To the High Priestess in the reverse, one who trusted their voice, one who claims to be a fortune teller but can't see a prophecy from a scroll. Right? Now, no matter how many times they try to say, I'm good, I have the answers, I can figure it out, they really just can't do it. Right? They're not in a state to, even if they have the experience, they're not in a personal, spiritual, emotional state to say, I'm good with everything right now. In fact, I could be hurt. I could be, any number of things. But right now, I'm just not ready to come upon those answers. I don't have the right truth. I don't have what I would normally have in my toolkit. Empress in the reverse. Again, love in the empire and the total eclipse of the heart went upside down. You ain't getting nothing. Right? This is total and absolute rejection. We are purposely vacating emotionality from here because there's nothing to be had here. And I'm going to tell it in the coldest and harshest way possible because that's the only way I can make it stick to you. Right? Does it seem like, kind of lashing out energy? Yes, but there's an intentionality here of saying, I've done what I could. We've done what we could. And consistently, you have not shown me what I needed to build love and life here. You're not showing me what it takes to maintain an empire here. Why should I trust you in my court? The Empress in the reverse is asking the tough questions that a good 9 times out of 10 will cause conflict. Because again, we're taking our emotionality out of this, and what's left is the raw facts and truth. And oftentimes, it ain't pretty. So that's what we have. What we learned today about, our elemental spread, our major and minor arcana. Twos represent point A and point B, but above all, they represent what we're trying to make balance up, right? Whether that be our emotions with another, the efforts that we put in, the intentions in mind, or the skills we're trying to build. And for the major arcana, how do we trust our voice, and how do we do right by ourselves and others? Ultimately, when we boil it down, that's what it's meant to be. So remember, this video is about the twos, the High Priestess, and the Empress. And yeah, let's learn more about the tarot card deck together. That's all I have in this this video today. Speaking talk. That's not a word. That's all I have in this video today. Again, we're learning the tarot card deck together. I'm trying to simplify and break all these things down because when we demystify some of these things, we're able to access them more. Learn more, we get more. So thank you for coming to my table today. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, learn with me, but experience the cards for yourself. Let's see you around, okay, readers? Take care.